Hello everyone, we're here for Eurovoix. We have just arrived in the press centre here in Basel in Switzerland, and I'm joined by one of the artists performing in semi-final 2 on Thursday with a heartfelt, powerful ballad. This is, of course, Princ from Serbia. How are you?
Hi, nice meeting you. I'm very good, very good. Like yesterday we have Turkey's carpet. I was enjoying every single second, and I'm still gathering all the emotions and trying to process what happened. And I think I got a lot of energy boost yesterday for the semi-final. But today I feel so chilled and zen. I'm really grateful for every moment I have here.
That's the vibe I'm getting, and that's probably what we're going to try and channel through this.
Yeah, let's share peace.
share the peace and the love.
Yeah.
So the first question is really, really simple. What's harder? Karate black belt or linguistics professor?
Linguistics professor. Can I explain though?
Yeah, of course you can. That's why we're
asking. When I was training karate and getting black belt, I was still young, and I didn't think about physical things. I was just going and doing everything. But having to teach people languages include a lot of other things. So sometimes you have to be kind of a therapist to people. You have to approach them from the psychological kind of perspective, and to try to adapt to every single person in a different way. It needs to understand the people and to have the empathy and not to be nervous. A lot of patience and tolerance. So it's harder, but I enjoy helping people. So I think that's one of the reasons I could teach people for more than 7 years.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just great guidance for teaching in general. Any part of life, just being able to empathise with people and understand them at their level. I think that's such an important thing.
I think it is, and we need the empathy more than ever. Whatever it is, teaching languages or just being friend to one another, whatever it is. But yeah, I could feel that and have the most experience and most intensive, at least, through the teaching.
Now, back home, of course, people call you Princ od Vranja. They give you this incredible title that you get to go around and be known by. But how does that feel for you when people give you a title? Do you sort of worry that people put you on a really high pedestal and they maybe don't see the more normal human side of you?
Well, I stopped worrying about all those things because you cannot affect any of those. Princ was kind of a joke. Started 10 years ago. I was in a rehearsal studio with my band, and so in the pause, just the friend of mine told me that I look like a prince from the Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
and so
that makes sense.
Yeah, and so I'm originally from Vranje, which is south part of Serbia, and so we just made a joke Prince from Vranje, yeah. And it just got stuck on my social media, and when I started doing solo career, I think people got attached to it, and it's a catchy, especially in the Balkan region, so it helped me a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, even though the origin's a bit funny, it's helpful in a way because it gives you this memorable time.
Life's funny, man. You cannot, you can plan things, but you can never imagine what's gonna happen. Yeah,
I feel you're 100% anything that I can't control, I'm not gonna worry about.
Well, I'm trying to, because you cannot control things. I at least think maybe you can control how nervous you can be and stuff like that. You can work on yourself, but I believe in destiny. Let's call it so. Yeah. I think you just go with the flow and try to follow your intuition and try to focus on what you can do.
Let's get to your destiny on this Eurovision stage, because on Wednesday you're going to perform Mila in the rehearsals, and then Thursday it's the live show. Obviously everything's really changed now since Pesma za Eurovision and that performance. Oh, thank you. What was behind all of those changes? What's sort of the meaning of those changes on the stages for you guys?
So starting from the different arrangement for the song, we collaborated with Željko Joksimović, so the arrangement changed, and we wanted to represent something else following that arrangement. And so we wanted to, the song was inspired by the myth of the Eurydice and the Orpheus, and we wanted to represent the same thing on the stage. So we're going to hell, trying to represent the struggle between the good and evil, and to represent the tragic love between the Orphans and the Eurydice. So a lot of things are going to happen on the stage, but there is only one message: the good will always win.
It's really interesting that I think there's now 3 songs I can think of that are Greek mythology inspired this year, because there's yours. Theo Evan has told me that it's very Greek mythology inspired, and then Adonis's name is Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that we've got like this going on?
You know, it's a good inspiration. I think those things that were written and have a lot of messages that we maybe just take for granted. You know, I just think that people need to be reminded by some things, and a lot of those stories are part of different mythologies as well. So I'm a big fan of Greek mythology, since you mentioned it, and I think I can find myself in a lot of details in terms of the myth of the Eurydice and the Orpheus. I think love is not enough sometimes, just, you know, like the tragic love and all that's happening.
It takes more, it takes timing.
It takes a lot of things one cannot explain, you know. There are a lot of different details, things affecting, you know, it sometimes it's just hard. There is no rule.
Yeah. The main thing we've noticed on the stage for Mila is this incredible moment where I don't think we've ever seen this before. You're getting dragged like across the stage. And like, does it hurt?
It actually does not hurt, or not at the moment. I'm being dragged because I'm full of the adrenaline, you know, so I'm just trying to, you know, it's hard to explain the moment, but I'm just so focused at that moment. I feel like I'm trying to survive, like falling out of the airplane, and I'm singing, and I know that I can survive only if I continue singing, you know. So it makes you give 120% out of yourself.
Yeah. I remember watching the clip and worrying that your hair would get caught in one of the little...
There is like the little stage detail. You can see a gap between.
Yeah, it's where they put a camera, isn't it?
Yeah, like before you go to that like catwalk, the thing where you go through the third part of the stage. You know, it's connected, but there's like one part where the camera should move, and I think it's like a couple of centimeters wide. So at the first, I was afraid. I was petrified.
Kept thinking I would never.
So I was just, okay, I had to try this, because on the first rehearsal I didn't try like keeping my head down. I was just like doing like, you know, and it was harder for me. So I just had to let it go and just being dragged.
I mean, we have just never seen anything like this. I think when it happens and when people see this live, like people who haven't watched this yet, they're just going to, oh my God, like you're giving everything.
Well, I am. I think that's the only way people can feel something of the performance, you know. And I think it's really important that people sing the song they can feel and they can relate to. And that's all art is about, to me, honestly, that you can touch people in whatever kind of way.
About emotion.
Yeah.
And so the last thing I'll ask you is, given that we're talking about emotions and feelings, rather than what we want the audience to feel from Mila, I'm sure they will feel it hard as I do. But what do you want to feel when the performance is over?
I want to feel like I'm at ease, you know. I know how much I worked for this moment. Like, I'm in music like 15 years, and like when I look at past 6 months, what has happened, like everything, it feels like many more years than 15 years I'm into music. And I want people to feel that energy I'm accumulating in myself, and I think since we're all humans and we all feel the same things, if I can share that with them, I think they're gonna understand everything I want to say.
Well, we will see what happens in semi-final 2 on Thursday the 15th. Princ is performing Mila second to last during that show, and we'll see how Serbia get on. Princ, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much.